A Giants podcast for Giants fans
by Giants fans.
It's Shaun Morash and Paul Dottino.
Down the sideline, into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants!
From the offseason through the wins and the losses, it's time to take one Giant step.
All right, welcome back to One Giant Step. A couple weeks off, but OTAs coming and going. I am your host, Shaun Morash here. And remember, you can download and subscribe to One Giant Step free on the Audacy app, everywhere podcasts are available. And, of course, check out WFAN on their YouTube page, WFAN being the home of New York Giants football. And as a result, the home of Giants football brings you Dane Belton this week. Giants safety, fourth-round pick, 2022 draft, entering his second year with the Giants. He's kind enough to join me today. Dane, what's going on?
Oh, man, nothing much. How about you?
Nothing, Dane. I've already hit the point, and I'm a big summer guy. I love the pool. I grew up near the beach. I mean, you're a guy who grew up in Tampa, so I'm sure you could relate. Where I am craving Giants football. Maybe it's because, when the Knicks get bounced, my Nets got bounced early. I got to, there's only so much baseball I can go through. I'm dying to get the Giants football already. So I'm sure this is the time where you guys are actually, once you break OTAs, you're looking forward to a few weeks off in the summer. But, where's that thirst for football right now? You excited to get back on the field soon?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like you said, we're on OTAs, having practice, getting familiar with each other, and then have that break and really just focus on, individual improvement and, come back and ready to go.
So one of the reasons I wanted to have you on, Paul Dottino's, co-host of mine during the season. He covers the Giants, obviously working for the Giants in the building. And we like to fancy ourselves as two things. We were a special teams spot. We love talking special teams, but also you were our guy last year as a fourth-round pick, and I think we were both kind of amazed at the progress you made. Last training camp, you had a broken collarbone, and then, as a fourth-round pick, you're thinking, all right, that's going to hurt his reps in camp, but you come out of that, and you're almost ready, right off the bat, and you go into serious, obviously, snaps and minutes and stuff on the field. How did that feel last year as a rookie to have that broken collarbone? And did you feel any form of devastation, or it was, hey, right back at it, let me do what I got to do. I got to get back on the field.
Yeah, it definitely sucked, just being able to come in and, you have high hopes, high aspirations, trying to hit the ground running early. And, I felt like I was doing that. And then, getting set back with the collarbone injury. And, it did suck, just in my mind, I was like, man, like I was doing what I wanted to do, playing well. But, I really just wanted to get back as soon as possible. And so, working with the staff, being able to get back. And, like you said, playing a significant amount of snaps, I feel like it never really healed fully. I ended up getting a couple of surgeries after the season. And so, but, just being able to be able to come back and play my rookie year and get a baseboard, going into the rest of my career.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Yeah, you get it cleaned up a little bit after the season. What I found crazy, Dane, is we as Giants fans, I know, you're new to coming into, our world last year. We've seen rookies miss training camps at significant times. There's been a rookie curse over the years. You happen to be the guy that happened last year. Never have we seen a guy bounce back like that to play that significantly and not lose half the year right off the bat. So what did you do besides just working with the staff, which is just a matter of you like cracking the defensive playbook? Like, how were you able to get on the field and not just be, basically slowly introduced back to playing significant defensive snaps as a fourth-round rookie?
Yeah, I would say even before I was hurt, just really hammering the playbook, getting extra one-on-one time with coaches, picking the minds of veteran players just to more fully understand the defense. So like you said, when I come back, that I could, hit the ground running and try to not try to make up time that I missed. And so especially while I was hurt, watching practice, every practice, getting mental reps, talking to the guys, seeing how their thought process on certain plays. So, when I did come back, with the PT, with the trainers, that I was ready to go, and I knew the defense.
How much of a help were Xavier McKinney and Julian Love throughout the year, even when, X missed time, having those two kind of caliber of safeties in that room as a rookie had to have been some kind of learning experience?
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing, having two really smart guys that know football really well, have had a lot of experience before, and especially just knowing different types of defenses and especially with Wings defense, having familiarity with that and just helping me. And also just going with, the NFL game. It's a lot different than college. It's a lot of different keys, different schemes. So just being able to help me, progress my learning experience that way as well was a huge blessing for me.
Giant safety Dane Belton, our guest here. So last year, obviously, we talked about the significant snaps. When X does go down with that injury, it did feel like there was a bit of a snap drop off with you, where I think a lot of Giant fans were wondering, okay, well, Dane's going to be the guy to take the next step, and then it was Pinnock who took a lot of snaps. Was that more coincidental? Did that have to do with kind of the certain type of schematic way that X needed to play, that Love needed to move to? How do you attribute what had happened at that point, and why suddenly it felt like Pinnock was the next guy up as opposed to you in that spot?
Yeah, I would say going back to my injury, I kind of said it never fully healed. I was playing with it is still, messed up collarbone and also shoulder injuries that, have been nagging for a year or two. So, even my first game back, I landed on my arm and, I wasn't fully healthy in that Panthers game, and just playing the season with it, I felt like I wasn't playing to my potential just because, it's kind of in the back of your mind. And I would say even that Texans game, there was a play late in the game where I landed on my shoulder and it kind of it hurt my collarbone again. I went and got MRIs. They said it was healed, but it was just about the pain tolerance. So the rest of the season, I wasn't really playing the way I needed to play, and it was evident. And so I guess the move was because of that. But just going forward, just really trying to earn that spot again.
And in that Texans game, you record your first career interception. I know there were a couple ones you would have liked that, but either way, this was a team that was in a thirst for interceptions. You end up getting 2 of them. I think was either the team lead or tied for the team lead in that spot. Yeah, I mean, the way we look at heading into this season with Wink Martindale's defense, I think most Giant fans, I don't know how you guys would say if I could pick one area to improve would be getting more turnovers, finding a way to, turn over the quarterback, whatever that would be. Is that kind of aligned or, a theory the defense has with you guys here in OTAs?
Yeah, I would say we definitely agree. That's a point of emphasis on the defense, along with, a couple other things. But yeah, definitely, anytime you can win the turnover battle as a team and just create turnovers as a defense, your chance to win it just skyrockets. So, for us, like you said, our emphasis right now is to get the ball on defense. So really just trying to emphasize that in individual drills and team activities and things like that. And especially going into training camp right before the season. Once you have more pads on, we can start punching at the ball, trying to rip the ball out of the offense, and just especially, yeah, like you said, getting the ball out the air. It's a huge emphasis for us going forward.
Yeah. So as you enter year number 2, and with that emphasis on turnovers, you got a great rookie class. I mean, a rookie class that a lot of Giant fans are excited about. You were a part of that. Obviously, Cardell, a big part of that. Daniel Bellinger, a big part of that. And of course, we all know, Evan Neal and then Kayvon Thibodeau and, of course, Wandell. The pictures have circulated, Daniel Bellinger's looking yoked up, man. He is looking – that is what all of us are talking about. What is Dane Belton coming in more shredded here? I mean, how does Daniel Bellinger or is there approach that rookies have that in the second year that he could turn around like that?
I mean, I would just say whatever he's doing right. He's definitely looking good. He's shredded, looking like a freak athlete. So, but yeah, he's a great competitor, a great guy. So I'm glad, like you said, we have a great class, and I'm glad all these guys we're together in one.
With the loss comes opportunity. Julian Love leaves, gets the payday. We are all happy for him. I mean, Giant fans respect the heck out of Julian. He was duct tape was the player we all called him around here. He was able to do a lot of different things, but obviously that's a loss for the Giant defense. But with that, I mean, here you are, Dane. I mean, you were right in the mix. I mean, I know there were some reports of McLeod practicing at safety, Pinnock practicing at safety. This might be maybe the most fascinating camp battle we have as Giants fans to look forward to. And I know that everybody probably who makes his team is going to play significant snaps. Wink fancies himself to kind of have a positionless defense, so to speak. But, what is your mindset? Year 2 is a 4th-round pick. That's, a round where, you hope that you hit on a starting type player. Are you of the mindset that you can go out there and, you can earn a starting job here as a safety for the New York Giants?
Yeah, most definitely. That's definitely my goal to come out and earn that spot. We have, like you said, we have a lot of guys that can play really well. Jason, Nick, even Bobby too, and just a lot of guys that understand the defense and can make plays. So, like my mindset is always to be the best out there, regardless of who's out there. So that once I'm fully healthy and coming back in training camp, that's gonna be my goal to earn that spot and to make plays for this defense.
You have gotten a rare look at some of the new rookies coming in. Obviously, a spot you were in a year ago, including 3 players in the secondary, including the Giants' first-round pick, Deonte Banks. Your early observations being around some of those guys, anything Giants fans could look forward to with, kind of this new round of players?
Yeah, I would say one of the main things that stands out to me is that all these guys are really intelligent. They came in, asking questions, asking the right questions, learning the defense fast, and being able to translate it to the field. Making plays. Tay had a pick the other day, and just the other guys making plays as well. You could tell they're really professional about what they do. They came in and ready to get to work, and I feel like they're really smart and doing what they need to be doing.
Now, obviously, you get the practice against an offense that a lot of us will be, having eyes on and excited about, and two significant additions, plus, some other additions, Jalen Hyatt and the speed that he brings as a third-round pick, and, of course, Darren Waller, who, when healthy, is one of the top 2 or 3 tight ends in all of football. You've gotten to look at both of these guys. Should they be players that Giants fans are excited about?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. They're both incredible athletes. We have a lot of great athletes on offense, a lot of speed. And I'm gonna start with Waller. Just what everyone talks about is like a freak of nature. Like huge runs well. Great hands, good routes. Just definitely a great weapon. And Hyatt, just the early look I've gotten on him, he's really fast. Has good hands. Starting to understand concepts and understand defenses as well. So I'm looking forward to watching them make plays for us as well. And that's really the biggest thing.
Two enormous parts of the Giants season last year were both Wink Martindale's the defensive coordinator, Brian Daboll's the head coach. He wins Coach of the Year. As they head into year number 2 and have been around in these OTAs, are you sensing more of the same mentality from them, or have they ratcheted up again? Being together here, year number 2, trying to take things to a different level, or they kind of keep things more of the same in terms of their mindset here?
I would say it's more of the same mindset, but I wouldn't confuse that with that they're being complacent in what they do.
Sure.
They're always super aggressive, especially Dave's on offense and Wing both. It's always attacking. You want to be the one that controls the narrative. So on offense, I expect them to keep, trying to make splash plays, improve on that aspect. And on defense, continue to what made us successful last year, being able to blitz, get after the quarterback, being aggressive all around is what, we specialize in and what we're going to try to continue to do.
And with that, a third guy I'm going to bring up, Daniel Jones. I love him. I think Giants fans who maybe didn't love him now probably do love him. He's kind of become our protective child, if you will, versus Eagle fans and Cowboy fans and everybody else defending him. He gets his payday in the offseason. The knock, I guess, he would get from the outside is, well, he only threw 15 touchdown passes. Of course, ignoring all the running touchdowns he had that get you up to a fair number. Obviously, I'm assuming the locker room is confident in Daniel, so I'm not going to ask you a dumb question like that. But, what do you think, if for anybody downloading this podcast who's not a Giants fan, what are they missing about Daniel Jones that they, maybe don't realize as far as, his leadership and his ability on the field?
Yeah, I would say there's 2 words I would use to describe him. One, he's a leader, and 2, he's a playmaker. So you can, a lot of people are big on stats and things like that, which are important, but at the end of the day, he's a great leader for our team. The head guy on the team, and then he makes plays. Like you said, people say he's going to throw for this and that touchdowns, but he makes so many plays that help the offense, succeed and help the team succeed that go unnoticed. That might be everyone else looks at as simple plays, but we understand the gravity of it and just the way he goes about his business. He's a super competitor. Goes out there, he trains super hard. He's just a guy you want at the head of your team. So I guess not everyone gets to see that, but being able to be in the locker room with a guy like that is a blessing.
So I'm born and raised a Giant fan by my father. Matter of fact, my middle name is Taylor after Lawrence Taylor. Okay, so it's a big deal in my house. My dog's name is Eli. But there's like a line of delineation between fans. Okay, there are the fans who hate the Cowboys more. There are the fans that hate the Eagles more. I am one who hates the Eagles more because they've broken my heart more time than not. My dad's a Cowboy hater. Grew up obviously the '70s, the whole thing. The early 2000s, John, or, at least the Super Bowl runs, Brandon Jacobs, Tuck, they are famous for hating the Cowboys. Not that they love the Eagles by any means. Has this team grown a hatred for a rival yet, or are we still in the early stages because it's kind of a young team?
I wouldn't say there's any hatred, but our mindset is always we want to beat the other team. So there's definitely no love. I would say
Right.
there's definitely that same kind of mindset going to any opponent we play, as cliche as it sounds, but we want to win every game. So no matter who it is, especially those teams we play them twice. So, that's a big emphasis on the season, in the division. So I wouldn't say we hate them, but we definitely, our focus is to beat them and never there's no love for sure.
And this is why I think you're meant to be a Giant, Dane. You were born a mere month and a half before the Giants went and played a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay, and you were born in the Tampa Bay era. That Super Bowl, I was in 8th grade. I mean, still just crushes me that they lost to the Ravens. So
Mhm.
you are the guy brought in now. I think you were basically the magic baby, all right? We lost that Super Bowl right as soon as you were born. Now you were going to fix those ails and bring the Giants back to better years. Now, seriously, though, growing up in Tampa, how do you end up in Iowa in the Big Ten with all those schools in the South? I gotta know.
Yeah, a lot. I get that question a lot, but I would say, I had a lot of offers coming out of high school, and it really just came down to, categorizing schools on pros and cons and the best fit for me. And I feel like going to Iowa, committed on my official visit, and just the coaching development, coaching stability, the atmosphere, the academics as well, just all those things that went into it made it, the best fit. And, my ultimate goal was to get where I am in the NFL, and I feel like I was able to accomplish that.
Dane Belton, Giant safety. So, Dane, just a couple more before we get out the door. Schedule comes out. I need to know, A, does the player, when the NFL schedule gets released, and obviously this be your first real, true digesting it, because last year you were so caught up, I'm sure, in being a rookie. A, do you care when you play teams or what's going on when that comes out in early May? And B, Giants Eagles ends up being selected for Christmas Day. I've ranted and raved about this as a father. So I hate the idea of a Monday Christmas Day game at 4:30. So I'm curious, though, you guys got the Thanksgiving game last year. Do you relish that opportunity? Kind of look at it like, all right, whatever. And B, and as I brought up, do you even care about when the schedule comes out, or is it more a fan thing?
I would say we pay attention, but I would say it's more of a fan thing. For us, it's at least for me, it's more of like getting the schedule to my family to see when they can come up for a game and
Yeah.
things like that. But it's definitely cool to look at. Cool to see. When and where we play people. I would say fans definitely make a big deal out of it, but our mindset is just like football is football. Night game, day game, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, anything. So for us, it's just like when are we playing? We're gonna go and do what we have to do.
And the town is abuzz right now because Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jets quarterback, and they've always kind of been looked at as like the little brother compared to the Giants being the big brother. That's like a thing in this town. So the Jet fans now got all their beer muscles because they got Aaron Rodgers. But of course, the Giants beat Aaron Rodgers last season in London. Does the Giants locker room pay attention to any of that? Are they aware that all the buzz and all the eyeballs in this town now are on the New York Jets, or is it just or do you kind of put a chip on your shoulder and relish and say, hey, we're the playoff team here. How come nobody's talking about us?
Yeah, I would say we're aware, just about a lot of things that happen in the NFL with people going to different teams, but it's nothing like just kind of what I was touching on earlier. Our focus is our focus. There's outside focus. We talk about the inside focus. And, for us, it's just about getting better each day. And then when it comes to the season, focus on the fundamentals, techniques, all the small things that are going to lead to wins. So we're not really too, worried about the hoopla on different teams and different players. We're just focused on the process and what we need to do to get to where we want to be.
Just know October 29th, there's going to be a lot of fans with a lot riding on that game
Oh
when the
yeah,
Giants play the
yeah.
Jets because that game's going to matter now. Dane, look, you have been a breath of fresh air. We are big fans of you here on the show. Big supporters. We want you to go out there, win that starting job, and just, man, be a part of this rookie class from last year that takes the Giants to the next level. We've been hungry for good Giant football for so long, and
Mhm.
last year was awesome. So we hope you're a big part of that in the future moving forward. And it's been great to have you here on the pod, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
And that is Giant safety Dane Belton. Remember, you can download and subscribe to One Giant Step everywhere podcasts are available and free on the Audacy app. Thank you, everyone, for taking one giant step with us. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. If you want to see more of our videos, be sure to check out our playlist and let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media to stay up to date on our latest updates. Links are all in the description. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. One giant step.